What's up, guys? It's Josh from KeepItTechie, your go-to channel for everything Linux and tech. Now, usually, I'm all about diving into the nuts and bolts of Linux, helping y'all get into the tech field. But today, we're taking a bit of a detour. And trust me, it's worth it. We're talking about the future of technology in the trucking industry. Yeah, you heard that right, trucking. But before you dismiss this, let me tell you there's a lot of tech coming down the pipeline that's about to change the game in a major way. And first off, I got to give a shout out to the MIT Technology Review, which I read every week because that's where this topic actually came from. So I'll have a link down in the description of the video so you can check that out at your leisure. But you guys know how it is. I'm always keeping up with the latest and greatest tech. And this one just jumped out to me. So I figured, why not break it down for you guys? Oh, and before I jump in, there is another inspiration for me doing this video. And this was that I recently, I would say a couple months ago, I got into it with a trucker on a live stream. And this dude, let's just say he wasn't too happy with me putting out information to a crowd of men on a live stream. But funny thing is, he claims to be about productivity, but spends most of his time going after people he disagrees with, then actually doing anything productive, I would say, on YouTube. I don't know. But anyway, enough about him. Let's get into the real deal, how tech is changing trucking and what that means for us, especially for the brothers out here grinding in the industry. Let's get to it. All right, so let's set the stage. The trucking industry is a cornerstone of our economy, no doubt about it. We're talking about massive loads, long distances, and intense time pressures, all while dealing with some serious environmental issues. I mean, those diesel engines are no joke when it comes to emissions, and that's where the tech comes in. Now, one thing I read, we're seeing a major shift towards electrification in the trucking industry. And we all have heard about electric cars, but now it's about electric trucks. And companies are working on battery-powered trucks that could reduce emissions and save on fuel costs in the long run. And if that wasn't enough, some companies are even adding batteries to trailers. I mean, imagine hooking up to an electrified trailer to a diesel truck and getting better fuel economy. Or better yet, attaching it to a zero emissions vehicle powered by batteries or hydrogen, and boosting its range and efficiency. And that's just the beginning. Hydrogen-powered trucks are also in the mix, especially for the heavy-duty rigs that need serious muscle to haul those big loads. Hydrogen might not be as popular as batteries right now, but for long-haul trucking, it's got some serious potential. The tech is still evolving, but keep an eye on it. It could be a game changer. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. Autonomous trucks. Yep, self-driving trucks are coming, and they're coming fast. I was reading about a company called Torque Robotics, and they are already testing autonomous trucks on highways, and they're planning to roll them out without drivers by 2027. I mean, picture this, a fleet of trucks cruising down the highway with no one behind the wheel. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's closer to reality than you might think. And this is where things get real for the truckers out here currently working in the industry. These advancements in tech could have a huge impact on your job and your future. So let's dive into what this means. So we talked about all the cool tech, but let's keep it real. There are some challenges we need to address. First up, electric trucks. They're not cheap. In fact, they're a lot more expensive than your standard diesel truck right now. I mean, the upfront cost of these battery-powered trucks is a major hurdle. And that's not even factoring in the infrastructure we need to support them. I mean, charging stations, grid upgrades, and fast chargers that can handle the massive batteries these trucks pack. Yeah, it's a lot to think about. And speaking of batteries, let's talk about the weight. The larger the truck, the bigger the battery. And that's a real big problem. Current regulations limit the weight of a rig for safety reasons and to prevent wear and tear on the roads. But if your battery's taking up a chunk of the weight, you got less room for cargo. And that's not what any trucker wants to hear. Then there's range anxiety, something we've all heard about when it comes to electric vehicles. Truck drivers are all about efficiency, and time is money. And if you got to stop and charge every few hundred miles, that could be a problem. Plus, these massive trucks need some serious power, which means charging infrastructure needs to be up to the task. And we're talking about those fast chargers that can top off these batteries quickly. And that's going to take some serious upgrades to our current infrastructure. For autonomous trucks, the biggest challenge is safety. We're talking about trusting technology to drive these massive rigs without a human behind the wheel. I mean, that's a huge leap, and it's going to take time to get everyone on board. But here's the deal. If you're in the trucking industry, especially as a black man, You need to start thinking about how these changes are going to affect you. And this isn't about being afraid of the future. It's about being prepared for it. Maybe it's time to learn more about the tech side of things, or maybe about positioning yourself to take advantage of the new opportunities this tech could create. Now, let me hit you with my thoughts on all of this. First off, I'm excited about the potential here. The idea of cleaner and more efficient trucks is a win in my book, especially when you think about how much fuel these things burn on a daily basis. And let's be real, anything that can help reduce emissions and save on cost is a good thing. But, and this is a big but, we've also got to think about how this tech is going to impact the folks who are out here doing the work. Now, for my brothers in the trucking industry, this is a wake-up call. Technology is changing the game, and you got to get ready to adapt. And trust me, I got family members in the field, and we have conversations about this all the time. And it's similar to the conversations I have with guys in tech on how you have to adapt. And that's definitely the case with all the scare and talk about AI taking over tech jobs. Well, the same scares and all that stuff are going on in the trucking industry. And essentially, you have to adapt or die. So whether it's learning more about the tech itself or looking into new opportunities that this tech can create, you got to stay ahead of the curve. Don't get left behind just because the industry is changing. Embrace it and find ways to make it work for you. And let me circle back to that dude I mentioned earlier in the video, the one who came after me on the live stream. Look, I'm all about helping people, grow and be successful. If you're going to criticize, at least back it up with some substance. I mean, at the end of the day, I challenge you to do a video talking about what's going on in the trucking industry. Otherwise, all the stuff you're saying is talk, it's no action behind it. You're not putting out information that can help people that are in the industry. Because there's plenty of people around here that listen to my videos, listen to a lot of videos in different areas of this sector. But anyway, if you're in the trucking industry, take this as a sign to start thinking about the future and how you can position yourself to succeed, no matter what changes come your way. All right, so that's it for today's video. I hope this gave you some insight into the future of the trucking industry and how tech is going to play a big role in it. Now, if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below with your thoughts. Let's keep the conversation going, especially around how these changes will impact Black men in the industry. This is a crucial time to start thinking about where you fit into this new landscape and how you can leverage these advancements to your advantage. Now, as always, I'm here to help you navigate the tech world and find your path in this ever-evolving field. So stay optimistic, stay curious, and of course, keep it techie. And wait, I meant to say shout out to my man, Nick Taylor. And check this out. Don't let anyone, no matter how loud they bark, shake you from your path. I'm telling you, you got this. Peace. Whenever I talk to people, whenever I mentor people dealing with, getting into tech, you got to figure out what you like or what you're interested in. Because, yeah, a lot of people get into the, tech field because you can make a good amount of money. The money is the motivator. But you also, in my opinion, in order for you to be happy, you got to like what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And so, like for me, a lot of times it doesn't feel like work, bro. Most times it really doesn't feel like work. Yeah, I'm doing something fun. I'm doing something I love to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's what makes it, great for me.